Have a video by one of our partners, Institute of Law, Nirma University.
Welcome to the Institute of Law, Nirma University. The Institute, with its energetic and creative learning environment, is at the forefront of the changing legal education scenario in India. Its mission is to promote excellence in the field of legal education and through this advance human dignity, social welfare and justice. The curriculum at the Institute of Law is novel, innovative, and designed to keep students equipped and updated with the skills needed in the profession. The innovative justice-based curriculum enables the students to develop a multidisciplinary approach to law, in the sense that law and other behavioral sciences are seen to be interrelated and exist in mutually beneficial interaction. The Institute of Law has set up 7 centers of research and excellence. At IALNU, students benefit from expertise of the faculty members in a broad array of legal subjects who are involved in teaching and research. IALNU faculty employ a combination of pedagogical techniques in order to provide a learning environment which can challenge learners with different abilities and also encourage self-learning. IALNU has a state-of-art library, separate reading room facilities, separate moot court discussion room, and a state-of-art moot court hall, which is equipped with all the modern facilities to give real-life experience of mooting to the students. From the first year itself, students are imparted mooting skills through orientation workshop, followed by intra-moot court competition. IALNU has a well-defined moot policy, which facilitates and encourages mooting. Students enthusiastically participate in and have got laurels in prestigious national and international moot court competitions. The Institute emphasizes on academic excellence as well as timely application of legal knowledge through permanent legal aid clinic at Sabarmati Jail. Students have organized legal awareness camps, participated in Lok Adalats, provided assistance in resolving disputes, encouraged people to opt for alternative dispute mechanism. Apart from the competent and dedicated faculty, IALNU students have benefited from the distinguished experience and expertise of renowned dignitaries and legends in law, who visit our institute and guide, influence, motivate, and inspire our future lawyers. IALNU believes in all-round development of students. This is facilitated by a number of committees and clubs at the Institute, who conduct a wide range of extracurricular activities. The objective is to channelize and explore the hidden potential among students. On successful completion of the program, the Institute assists the students in exploring placement opportunities by inviting companies for campus recruitment. The Institute has a well-established campus recruitment cell to facilitate this. Institute of Law endeavors to provide quality legal education and all-round development of its students. It endeavors to treat every student as an individual, to recognize their potential and to ensure that they receive the best preparation and training for achieving their career ambitions and life goals. IALNU addresses a rapidly changing world filled with new problems as well as exciting and endless possibilities. With innovation, excellence, and quality being the driving forces, the Institute of Law at Nirma University holds a promise to a shining and better future.
now will commence the conclusion of the 2017 annual meeting. We must call Dr. Shashikara Garbur, Director, Symbiosis Law School, Pune, and Dr. Barbara Holden Smith, Vice Dean, Cornell Law School, United States, and IALS General Secretary, Treasurer, for the concluding session. We must also call Dr. Francis for the session.
I'm not Barbara. I want to thank everyone for coming. The big thank you. Thank you, Sashi. Thank you, Symbiosis. Thank you, students. You guys did a great job. Thank you, faculty. Thank you, everybody who have organized this thing. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. For those of you, and I'm sure many of you, have put together programs, and you know what kind of work that it takes. But you can see how much more work that it took to do it here. I mean, how just the warmth, the precision, the logistics of working it all out, absolutely fantastic. And we certainly are honored. We are in your debt. Let's, everyone, give them a big, big hand. I want to thank you all for coming. For our members, you've seen, and those of you who have been with us for many years, you've seen what we've been doing. You've seen the progression of what we are. We're at a new stage now, and the stage now is to start to operationalize what we have developed in developing that consensus of the legal education community over these many years in terms of what's important, what's a legal education, what are the standards, how do we want to be evaluated. And then we asked the judiciary to help us, give us their view into what we should be producing as students. Not only just those who appear certainly in their courts as advocates, but also the citizens, the people who have been trained by us, who are going to go into a variety of careers. We're setting in place and molding, and that's our responsibility, to mold the mindset of our charges, the students. We have an obligation to imbue within them that sense of the rule of law. Then the big question is, what is the rule of law? And so we will be defining that. We will also be looking at, and how do we respond as a community to an existential challenge that is facing all of education, and in particular, legal education. We're on the road. We will meet again. We will have our regional meetings next year. And for Europe, we're still defining that. For Asia Pacific, we're going to be in Australia. Thank you, Jürgen. Where are you? He's not here.
He's out planning.
Oh, he's on a plane.
No, he's out planning.
Oh, he's out planning. For the Asia Pacific. For Africa, thank you, Penny. We're going to be at your school in Cape Town. For the Americas, we're going to make a decision between Dominican Republic or New York at St. John's University, and we'll see. Most of all, next year, annual meeting, we will be in Qatar. And thank you so much for hosting that. So the conversation continues. The doctrinal study groups will continue, and we look upon the doctrinal study groups and the responsibility of the chairs to really be leaders, to engage their study groups, because the study groups are essential for our next step. So thank you all. Thank you in particular, Sasha. You've been terrific.
Thank you, Frank, for giving us this opportunity, so also Barbara, and all the leadership of IALS from the Board of Governors. I think as a teacher, whichever meeting I speak at or whatever I'm concluding it, I never conclude without talking about the teaching agenda. So we were at the networking session, and we got so many ideas about regional networking, the existing networking outside of IALS, which could be complementary. So that learning is something that reminded me that internationalization agenda only begins with IALS, it never closes, because such is the expansion as well as the coverage of IALS. So I should congratulate you all on that. You have been able to bring so many diverse groups together, which is a great achievement. Now, we say in India that, we garland photographs of gods and goddess statues with the flower garlands. They say that with the flower, that little thread which binds those flowers also goes to the god. Similarly, with IALS, we were able to bind the law schools in India together, because although we are very diplomatic in talking to each other, we have fierce competition between us. It's very difficult to get two law schools to look into each other's eye. Whereas we were able to get so many public law schools, national law universities and private law schools sharing a forum. I think only once it happened when Mr. Moily mooted the second generation law reform agenda, and he had to moot it through the Supreme Court and judges. Otherwise it wouldn't have happened. But being a private law school, which is considered as a kind of profit-making, mistakenly, profit-making and brand building kind of exercise, business-like exercise, it was very difficult to convince that we had a genuine objective. So thank you. It is your support which gave us a strong ethical footing to create this platform. Having said that, it means that our commitment to IALS as Symbiosis Law School, along with other law schools of the faculty and very much with the partners, as we declared the other day in terms of Association of Indian Law Schools, is ongoing. So please rely on us in the future also. We'll be very happy to host if there's any regional meeting, or at the national level, maybe India will grow to be a continent by then in the true sense, with maybe 3,000, 4,000 law schools. We should be able to bring SARC members and others on board through the India Forum. We'll be happy to do that. If not in our forum, maybe in one of the sister law schools, or maybe in one of the collaborators who came on board with us in hosting this event. I should request all our student supporters, the core team leaders among the faculty, to come in front, so also our collaborators, so that you could receive this acknowledgement of your hard work in public, in front of the gathering. So I request all of you to assemble here, please. Our faculty leaders like Bindu Ronald, people who are leading the teams like Shirish, Abhijit, the budget team, and I think Ashish Deshpande in the hospitality team, Swapnil Bangali if he is there in the transport team. I'm sure that our team has done near perfect work. Perfection is always, there is no ultimate perfection. I'm still sure that 99.99% of perfection would have been achieved. There's always a room for improving. So I request all of you, if anything has gone wrong, not to take it to your heart. Please walk away from us to come back. I don't have to say that. People who come to Symbiosis keep coming. Our management always says that Symbiosis is like, it's like the Hawaiian sand. Once it gets into your footwear, you keep coming back. So that is the magic of Symbiosis. I'm sure that many of you would have made plans, particularly our friends from Africa and other places. I was talking to a few, and I personally extend each and every one of you the invitation. There would have been little gaps in personal attention to each and every one of you. Wish I had that kind of opportunity, because wherever I attended meeting, whether in Madrid or in Singapore, I came back with a lot of new contacts, and I remember the faces. Once I meet people, I always remember. I make an attempt to keep in touch. Even if I don't communicate, I remember the people. But this time, being here, most of the time coordinating at another level, I mightn't have given devoted personal attention. Some people, particularly of Indian origin or Indian connections, would have felt a little offended that I was conferring more attention on IALS board, IALS friends. I was also told that I'm more concentrating on friends from Europe and other places. Unfortunately, in 4 days, you tend to, it's a human weakness, that you tend to strike conversation more with the people you know well, whom you meet frequently. I used to feel the same when Frank and Barbara and others used to hang out in their own crowd. So this always happens, it's a human folly. So I request all of you, In case you have harbored such feelings, please don't harbor these feelings. I will apologize for that if any one of you has felt less of attention, because it is just impossible to confer or devote equal amount of attention on all 90 people. Another point I would like to say, we say that when guests come, they eat, they go. But they also take something away. Some guests take something away. You have stolen our hearts. All of us are very happy with the kind of mannerism, professionalism, timekeeping, involvement in the conference. Nobody went away shopping. Nobody went away having their personal agenda, managed the time so well, despite the attractions. I mean, we tested you with carnival, with all kinds of activities. Everybody was sincere. Everybody was participating. So we are very heartened to say that all our efforts, all our ideas, all the kind of creativity that we wanted to bring to table to break the monotony of the conference did not go waste. Thank you for respecting it. Thank you for honoring our feelings. Thank you for being with us. And I hope all of you will come back in one or another form, if not united as annual conference or global audience forum crowd, at least in the form of visiting faculty, as visiting scholars, or as collaborators, as part of some other scheme of faculty mobility, student mobility, cross-country, cross-border classrooms, what they have been discussing, the networking community. So our invitations are open to all of you. I also request all the leader faculties to see that with your personal communication, I'm sure each one of you would have picked up many friends. Please continue and strengthen this bond that we have cultivated through the generosity of IALS.